This is AI.R. Artists in Residence Broadcasting, coming to you once a week from New York City.
Hello, I'm John Cullum, and this is my wife, Emily Frankel.
How do you do?
And we're going to give you, you're going to give us a subject to talk about.
Subject. Mm-hmm. I get to pick the subject.
Yeah.
Because I'm a blogger, and we're doing this video as a post for my blog, M's Talkery.
That's right.
So the subject is...
Yes.
What's the subject?
The failures.
I want to talk about successful people having to deal almost as much as you deal with success, you deal with failure.
You know, Kipling had a very good quote in his poem, If, you know...
Tell us.
Well, I'll see. If we can treat success and failure and treat those two imposters just the same.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's the subject of this blog.
That's right.
Good work.
Uh-huh.
That's the end of the blog, right?
No, that's not. We got to talk about our successes and failures.
Well, we've had some wonderful failures and expensive failures.
That's right.
For instance, we raised
memorable failures.
We raised a pile of money for a show
project
that we did on Broadway called Kings.
That's right.
It was it consisted with a ballet by Norman Walker for me as Medea.
Yeah.
And
I did Oedipus, a short version of Oedipus.
John did an Oedipus that he wrote, and then we did a dance that we created called Theseus and Hippolyta.
Yeah.
Wow.
Based on a novel.
Oh, yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we had scheduled it for 4 weekends.
Right.
And the fact is, we did it for 2.
That's right.
And the reason was because it was very costly, and though we had a pile of money that we raised, we were eating, were we eating into the money.
Yeah.
And our producer at the time, her name was Helen Richards, said, "You need to close." And we said, no. Particularly me. I didn't want to
Well, it was
close.
a very, very heavy program and very erudite and a little bit too esoteric.
If that really wasn't also the reason, it was just performing on Sunday night at the Alvin Theater.
Yeah, it was very hard to...
Where John was doing Shenandoah during the week.
Yeah.
And
we were paying for 13 musicians that didn't appear.
it was just a costly venture.
And stage hands.
Okay,
and
now
managers.
other ventures that have failed.
Yes.
John produced my play called People in Show Business Make Long Goodbyes, and we were sure we had a hit. And the money was raised. And we had a big, wonderful opening night.
And nice set and good company.
Clive Barnes, who was the critic, was sick or out or on vacation, and some substitute critic
Clamped down on it.
boom. And we didn't have any other reviews. And John came to me in the morning. I was all dressed up in the morning for breakfast late because we'd gone to a party to celebrate the hit. And I said, "Oh, I want some more coffee." He said, "Emily, I have some bad news."
Oh, my God.
And he told me. I didn't cry. It was like...
No.
No,
but you know, you don't realize being a performer. I didn't realize as a performer how difficult it is to keep a show going. You have to have an advance. You have to have because if you don't have an advance, you're in deep trouble.
Well, this show that we're talking about was at the Orpheum, which was a very large, excellent off-Broadway theater.
Yeah.
But we simply couldn't afford, with the cast that we had, there was, 6 people.
Normally, when you've got a good show and a lot and money to spare, you can depend on running it for a while to get it going. But if you don't have money and you don't have immediate houses and pre-sales, then you're overwhelmed by the
Now,
cost.
it's really there are other failures to talk about, but we're not going to list all our failures. I mean, why would we?
Well,
do
we
that?
ought to talk about our success.
No, I want you to give us the Kipling quote again because it's time to end this post.
If we can if we can deal with failure and success, and treat those two imposters just the same.
Oh, John, I like that. That cheers me up. I don't think about failures at all.
No, we treat them just the same. Success and failure, it's just an idea.
Okay, so that's the end of this post. So
Yes.
we will see you next week.
This is AI.R. See you next week.